Hey, I'm John Coley, and I'm a full-time agent at Lake Martin with Lake Martin Voice Realty, and this is my July 2021 market report. We're going to learn, is the Lake Martin market still zooming along, or has it reached its peak? We're going to see. Let's check it out. It's been a while since I've done a market report, and so what I thought I'd show is June and July home sales at the same time, just to kind of give you a little perspective about what's happening over two of the hottest months of the year calendar-wise and hottest months sales-wise usually. Okay, so everybody knows that watches these videos, both of you in fact, that I like to compare prior year to the current year and as a gauge of how the market's going. All right, so in June, what happened with sales in June? I'm going to go use red with sales this time, but in June of 2020, last year, we were zipping along with the corona, and the whole market, I'm getting these numbers from the Lake Martin MLS, so this is the entire market, all agents, all brokerages, everybody, sold 55 waterfront homes in June of 2020, and this year we sold 39 in 2021, so we are down. Sales are down 29% in the month of June 2021. How did July do? July of 2020 sold 73 homes. That was a record, by the way. We've never sold more homes than that in the history of Lake Martin. This July, 39 waterfront homes, a decrease of 47% over the month for July of 2021. Now, another common theme has been, well, there's nothing to sell. No wonder we're not selling as much because there's nothing to sell. That's true too. Inventory numbers, when we compare them year to year, are way, way down. June of 2020, we still had 184 waterfront homes for sale. Remember those days? We thought that wasn't a lot because we used to like 270. We had 184 and we were complaining, there's nothing to sell. Well, right now we have, in June of 2021, we had 96. A decrease, yes, of 100%. 100% decrease in inventory. Similar story in July. In July, look at this, the number already started coming down in 1 month in 2020 to 166 waterfront homes for sale, and then it plummeted again. I did my arrow, but we have 105 in July of 2021, a decrease of 37%. And so, as you can see, with 39 sales in June, 39 sales in July, huge decreases. Interesting. These 39 here and 39 there are a little bit more along our 5-year average of monthly sales in these times. Usually, we're honestly about, I think, above, a little bit below our 5-year average right here. So this is when the lack of inventory is really starting to affect our market. And, you know, so what does it look like year to date? So it's, monthly snapshots are great, but I like to look at things year to date as well. So let's check it out. Through July, what were we doing in 2020? We sold, again, this is all agents, all brokerages. Through the month of July, we sold 258 waterfront homes. And that was, like I said before, July of 20 was our best July ever, best month ever. Right now, we're at 234. So the swing has happened. We are now losing to the prior year on the full year sales. And that is down about 9%. Okay, so you say, okay, big deal, John, 9%. I mean, we're down, inventory's down 30%, so of course our sales will be down 9%. It's about to get a lot worse in August. I'm filming this in August. I went ahead and looked at some of the preliminary numbers, and we're gonna see that gap widen in August. So I'm predicting, and this is not a real smart prediction, but I'm predicting we're not gonna beat 2020. I just don't see any way we're gonna catch up with it. Just looking ahead at the months of sales that have happened. So down 9% to the prior year. Sneak peek about what's going to go on later. What's happening with lots? Now, we saw lots last year had a record sales of lots as well in 2020. So how do we compare now? All right, so let's look. We're just doing this year to date through July to kind of move along a little bit faster. So year to date through the first 7 months of 2020, we had 50 sales through July. Where are we looking now? We're actually above the prior year We have 74 sales, so we're about 50% higher where we were last year. What does our inventory look like? This time last year, we had about 109 lots for sale. Right now, we have 77 lots for sale, so our inventory has decreased 30%, but our sales are up 50%. But we are about to see this situation reverse too. If you go back and you look at the waterfront lots sold in August, September, October, November, it was just like 20, 20, 20, 20, just unheard of lot sales. So unless we totally quickly change this around, I think we've seen the last month in which 2021 is going to beat the prior year in lot sales. So, you know, to get a little perspective, I thought a question I get a lot is, do you think Lake Martin has peaked? Is it peaked? Has it peaked? Is it peaked? The answer is I don't know, and I don't think we're gonna know probably for another 6 months. But to look a little bit of history and kind of try to see what to look for. And again, as I mentioned, I look very heavily, is this month beating the same month last year? So what I did was I'm looking back, I think it's like 16 years, and in a first, we're gonna have to flip around our little easel here and make it go landscape. This is just super exciting, I know. All right, so here's what we're looking at. We're looking at sales all the way back to 2005. And so when people ask me, hey, is Lake Martin peaked? And I say, I don't know. I followed up with, I don't know if this year is gonna be 2006 or 2016. Now, what do I mean by that? By that, you have to look backwards in time and see, and what I'm charting here is the entire year's sales of waterfront homes over the whole lake for the whole year. So this is 2005, and this is 2020. And so as you can see, in 2005, that was up to that point, that was the best year ever for Lake Martin real estate, and we sold 247 homes that year, okay? And we thought we were awesome, right? Because that's a lot, isn't it? And so, you know, that 247 homes was the peak. In 2006, we actually decreased to 235 homes. That's what I'm trying to show you with that red right there. We decreased it to 2006. In 2007, we went to 156. And it's in the middle of 2007 was when we had our drought, and that kicked us into the problems the rest of the nation was having with real estate. That drought pushed us in, and then we bottomed out in 2008 with 137 homes sold the entire year in 2008. And then it started to bump back up, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it steady went up. So what I'm saying, so right in here though, here's what we didn't realize in 2006. In 2006, we didn't realize we were in a market shift. We didn't realize we were shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. Everybody was still rolling, it was still awesome. And why? And you can't really probably see these little arrows, but prices increased in 2006, even though numbers of homes sold were decreasing. Similarly, in 2007, as crazy as this sounds, prices increased in 2007, even though numbers of homes sold decreased. And this is a phenomenon. There's a guy that did a really good study, and I wish I could find it online because I can't find it anymore. An economist that worked for Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, and the guy's name was Nikolai Kolding, I think was his name with a K. Somebody find me and send me that article, that would be great. But he broke it down and said, hey, things aren't as simple as like buyer's market, seller's market. It's not binary. And so there's phases of the market in which you can have decreasing numbers of home sales and increasing prices. And his theory is, and he backed it up with a lot of numbers, is that numbers of homes sold are the leading indicator of prices. Meaning, if you want to know where prices goes, you need to watch numbers of homes sold, not the other way around. And that held true in our market because I went back and I looked at this. So that's what I'm saying. Are we in 06 or 16? Because if you look at 16, we for 7 or 8 years, okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, we had kind of steadily increasing numbers of homes sold. And then we get right up here, and we had another market shift, okay, that I thought was a market shift, but it wasn't. It was just a leapfrog, because look what happened in 16. 15 was the best year ever. 16 was down. And I thought, okay, are we shifting back down? Nope, because the next year leapfrogged that prior year. So we had 2 leapfrogs in a row. We had 16 was down, 17, then it was the highest. 18 was down, then 19 was the highest, and then 20 was just off the charts. To give you perspective of how great 20 was. So that's the question is, Is this year's lower number of homes sold, is this an indicator of a shifting market, or is this merely a leapfrog? And is 2022 going to be higher than 2020? I don't think so. I think 2020 is the outlier. If you look back and step and look at it like this, you can see what year is the outlier. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that it is more likely that 2021 is going to be more in line with this market trend here and be right around in here, and so is going to be 22, 23, 24, and we're going to look back and see that 2020 was an outlier for COVID. However, I do think that prices are still going up this year in 2021. That's for sure. Will they go up again in 22? I don't know, maybe so. Because we had 2 years in a row of increasing prices when sales were decreasing. Will the market wake up and realize this faster this time? Because we have, because market numbers are more available. I wasn't doing these market reports. I started doing these market reports, I think, in 2007, maybe. So, not that I'm the only source of market reports, but I like mine. But anyway, this is what we have to look for. And here's another thing too. I hear a lot of like big, huge statements like, oh, it'll never be like it was in 05. Oh gosh, but look at it. 05, if we had 05 sales this year, we'd be depressed. We've already almost passed 05 this year. Here's another market shift right here that we didn't realize. In 2008, in July of 2008, I think was the absolute bottom of the Lake Martin market. The next year, 2009, we had increasing numbers of homes sold, but prices still went down. Prices decreased in 2008, decreased in 2009, decreased in 2010, even though numbers of homes sold were increasing. Then I think it was flat in 11 and 12. So it works both ways. And that's what's so interesting about the market. And that's why it's just not a matter of, you sticking your thumb in the air and testing the wind, or seeing something in a national market decide, okay, whether or not, the market is good or bad or whatever. I don't know. My point is this. It's a lot more gray than that. It's a lot more localized than that. And that's why I advise, if you want to think about selling your house, if I'm talking to sellers right now, I'm telling them, I think chances are pretty high that we may be near a peak. I don't know. If I'm talking to buyers, is this a good time to buy? I think so. My sister just bought her house. She calls her forever home. And she bought it and she closed a month and a half ago. So this is still a good time to buy if it's right for you. I'd love to help you with that decision. My name is John Coley with Lake Martin Voice Realty. I do this full time, all the time, and I'd love to help you out too. Thanks.